All right, we got the final trailer for The Boys coming out, and yeah, I think this show is ending at the right time. I feel like they easily could have dragged this out for like 10 seasons, but it definitely was starting to kind of lose a little bit of its shock value, right? Like, it feels like we're kind of repeating the same formula with this show, but I do enjoy the story, so like I want to see where it's ending, and I don't want the show to keep going on. I know that there's already spin-offs being announced and all this stuff, but I don't know, I feel like it's time. The show's been going on just long enough. All the characters have kind of gone through their own little story arcs, and I'm kind of ready to see the conclusion of this, so let's go ahead and check it out.
My power is absolute. At heights no one's even dreamed of. But I have a bigger destiny.
The imagery, okay.
Oh, praise be. And what is it?
All right, let's get to work, yeah?
We think that Homelander
They're all friends again.
for the V1.
It's Thought's first iteration of Compound V. If Homelander got his hands on some, he'd be immortal.
We need to run while we can, however we can.
No, we hit him with the virus while it still works and kill every fucking suit on the planet.
I need you, Father. Did you fuck me?
What?
Is this some kind of incest thing?
No.
Then what the
What?
fuck is this?
What?
Need to prepare America for my ascension.
You one of us now?
Well, if you can't beat him, join him. Then fuck it, beat him.
Yeah, I guess Butcher's pretty invulnerable now, huh?
Chance. The only thing we have left is hope.
It's beta male shit, bro. War, am I right?
They're starting a podcast.
The non-believers and backstabbers. I offer oblivion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have a supernatural reunion here.
You guys are friends?
You talk.
Oh yeah, I guess neither of them were around for that. Okay, cool, very cool. Yeah, look, obviously the show deviated from the comic books like a long time ago, right? For the better, I think everyone can agree on that. That the show has been generally better than the comics. But it does seem like they're still gonna kind of hit certain plot points for the ending of the comic. So if you don't want to know, generally, which you could probably guess just based on the trailer, but here we go. Spoiler alert for the comics. So in the comics, what ends up happening is that Homelander basically ends up taking over the White House with an army of superheroes and kills the president, and that reign is kind of short-lived because in comes Black Noir, who is a clone of Homelander. Obviously that's not the case anymore in the show. They have a fight. Butcher ends up killing Homelander, and then it turns out that Butcher doesn't want to just stop there. He wants to kill every single supe, including his fellow team members who have since gained superpowers themselves. And so it becomes the rest of the team versus Billy, right? So yeah, it just becomes like a kind of a tragic, like, oh man, he takes a lot of them out, and then Huey ends up having to take him out, and that's pretty much the end. Now, they've kind of teased certain things like that before. Obviously, the team has had to stand up to a lot of Butcher's nonsense, but you know, it feels like every single season kind of follows the same pattern, which again is sort of why I feel like a lot of these characters already went through these arcs. Everyone gets mad at Butcher, the team breaks up, the next season starts, everyone like kind of reluctantly gets back together, and then it kind of happens again. It happens at least like 2 or 3 times throughout the entire show. Everyone gets mad, the team breaks up, they'll get back together again, new season. Like seems like what's happening again, right? So yeah, that's kind of the thing. I am curious where this is going to leave off, because obviously they don't plan on stopping the franchise. You know, there's going to be spin-offs, and I imagine Vought as a company will still be around. But yeah, Homelander meeting his end, and you know, he's going to sit in the White House, and you know, what part does his dad have to play in this? What about the other our guest from Supernatural, was it Jared Padalecki? You know, I have no idea what his part is going to be in this. I imagine it's going to be like a joke part. You know, he's probably going to end up being there for a couple of episodes and then dying some horrible way. But yeah, I mean, it looks good, and it definitely feels like a finale. You know, or at the very least, finale for certain characters. I'm sure we're going to have an instance where, you know, some of these people show up in the spin-offs, and you know, they kind of keep on going. But yeah, I think one thing for sure that I'm hoping they actually show this time is, it feels like for the last couple seasons, Starlight has had like, you know, like, oh, she can fly now, and she, you know, whenever she is mad at somebody, her eyes glow and stuff like that. But she has not had much of a like actual display of superpowers in a while. You know what I mean? Like I don't remember the last time she was in a, and maybe I just haven't watched the last season again, but when's the last time she was in a fight and actually like just won that fight? Like, it feels like maybe they're saving on the budget and they don't want to show all the, like, you know, light flashing and CGI and stuff, but sometimes it's like, oh, you guys just talk your way out of a lot of fights, you know, saving on that budget, huh? But yeah, they're bringing everything into this. They got the virus, and I guess the fact that, that's right, yeah, the original V serum made people immortal, like his dad and Stormfront, right? Like, they were like actually like they'd live forever, and the one that Homelander has is not that way, because that was like the contingency plan, right? That eventually he'd grow old and he'd just kind of die. I think that was something they did intentionally, if I remember correctly. I think I need to rewatch the last season again, but yeah, I don't know, I'm excited to see where it all ends. And you know, stories are supposed to end at some point, you know, they're not supposed to go on for 10 seasons. So this should be interesting. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.